Greetings, dear ones. The great Oregon poet William Stafford told us about the way it is. He said, "There is a thread you follow. It goes through things that change, but it doesn't change. People wonder about what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread. But it's hard for others to see. While you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen, people get hurt or die, and you suffer and get old. Nothing you can do can stop time's unfolding. You don't ever let go of the thread." When we began to consider these daily ministers' messages as one of the ways to keep the connective tissue healthy here at Unity Church, we asked ourselves, what is the thread by which these messages will be connected one to another? We wanted to give free range to our colleagues on staff and invite them to go where they felt moved to go in these messages. But we wanted a thread that we could follow. And the thread that we follow is spiritual practice. Not simply because it's a way to quell anxiety in an anxious time, but because spiritual practice is the thread that leads us back to the experience of the holy, that universal sense of connection, of unity, of deep interdependence, which we need to cultivate, which we need to recognize, and which is the source of faith. So, friends, when we invite you into practice, you, if you're like most people, will only choose to go there when and if you reach a point in your life where the anxiety is such that you feel that you have to find a way to calm down, a way to return to center. Spiritual practice generally begins in our lives as a way to quell anxiety. It's a psychotherapeutic intervention which we can manage ourselves if we can summon the commitment for it. And it's interesting because it works. Spiritual practice, meditation, yoga, martial arts, they work in quelling that anxiety. They make us feel better about ourselves. They make it easier for us to return to center. They make it easier for us to follow the thread that leads back to that sense of interdependence, that sense of connection, the sense of strength that emerges from the experience of the holy. So we feel better for a while because it does quell anxiety. And then, damn it, it awakens compassion. And we start feeling all kinds of deep connections. We're deeply moved by other people's pain. Art and music become far more influential, they have far more impact. They're far more radiant. And then we need to figure out how to organize that compassion for the good of the world, for the good of the community, for the common good, which is our birthright and our obligation. So the thread we follow, friends, leads to the experience of the holy through the process of practice. I hope it helps make sense of our insistence on the centrality of practice in our lives, in your lives, in the life of the larger community.